Hey, if your base in Once Human still looks like a giant box, no amount of expensive furniture is going to fix it. A good looking base starts with the structure itself. So here are 5 essential principles that can make almost any build look better and more realistic. The first is shape and depth. One of the easiest ways to make a base more interesting is to use different levels. And I don't mean placing another identical floor on top. For example, raise your patio slightly above surrounding rooms. Add a few steps leading to a sunken living area. Connect 2 sections of the house with a glass corridor, or use different heights across the building. You can also offset walls instead of creating one perfectly straight exterior. All of this creates different sidelines and gives the base a more interesting silhouette. Even a small height difference can make 2 connected areas feel distinct. The second point is to make the structure believable. Once Human lets you build things that would never survive gravity, but that doesn't mean you should. Large balconies need pillars, extended floors need support beams, and if part of the building hangs over a cliff, it should look like something is actually holding it there. These supports don't need to serve any real gameplay purpose, they simply need to convince your brain that the structure could exist. The same applies to foundations. Try to visually connect the building to the terrain instead of leaving rooms floating above the ground. Even if onlookers cannot immediately explain what's wrong, they will notice when a structure doesn't feel properly supported. The third point is frame your most important features. Every part of the base shouldn't receive the same amount of attention. Entrances, balconies, windows, and major seating areas should stand out. You can frame an entrance with additional walls, columns, plants, or a small roof section. A balcony can be surrounded by beams, or flowers, or contrasting materials. Roof overhangs are especially useful here. They add depth, create shadow, and help separate one section of the building from another. This works with normal roofs, but it's particularly effective with modern flat roof builds. You can even extend the roof farther on one side and create some asymmetry. If someone looks at your base, framing gives a clear destination for their eyes and makes important areas feel more intentional. The fourth point is actually to build around function and the human scale. Before decorating a room, decide what the room is actually supposed to be. A living room needs seating, tables, and lighting. A workshop needs tools, storage, practical clutter. A balcony should have a reason to exist, whether that's seating, gardening, or overlooking a specific view. This is also why enormous rooms are so difficult to decorate. If the furniture is pushed against the walls with a huge empty floor in the middle, the room will always feel unfinished. Build slightly smaller than you initially think you need to. If a room is already too large, divide it into multiple zones using furniture groups, rugs, plants, or partial walls. You still need clear paths through the room, and every section should feel like it has a purpose. The last but not least point is to add controlled imperfection. Real homes are rarely perfect. Chairs aren't always completely straight. Objects get left on tables and clutter naturally collects in certain places. Slightly rotate the chair, stack a few boxes in the corner, add dishes or tools somewhere you might realistically have used them. These small details make the base feel more inhabited instead of looking like a furniture showroom. The important word here is controlled. If every object is rotated and every surface is covered, the room becomes visually noisy. Most of the design should be deliberate. You only need a few imperfections to make it feel alive. And finally, one bonus tip. Keep the overall design consistent. Try to repeat a limited selection of materials, colors, plants, and lighting throughout the base. If every room uses completely unrelated pieces, the house can quickly look like a catalog of everything you own. Lighting is especially important. Warm light usually works better in living spaces, while brighter, cooler light can fit workshops and functional areas. You can also use light to guide attention towards entrances, artwork, plants, or other important features. So before you spend hours placing decorations, focus on the fundamentals. Create shape and depth, support the structure, frame the important features, give every space a purpose, and add a little bit of controlled imperfection. Get those principles right, and even relatively simple furniture can create an incredible looking base. If you have other essential building tips, leave them in the comments down below. I hope you liked the video. If so, it would be nice if you like and subscribe. See you in the next one. Bye bye.